What up, everybody? It's Ep3. Let's talk about it. Live, work, pose. This is season 2, episode 3. All right, y'all see I got me a new personality piece that we'll talk about at the end of the video. So if you want to hear all about this wig I got on, then stay tuned for the end of the video. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first scene is Angel having her interview with Mrs. Ford. She made it to the top 5 finalists of the Fresh Faces competition. And this was a real competition. If you didn't know, Elaine Ford, I think her name is Elaine. I might have made up their first name. But Miss Ford is an actual real person over Ford models in New York City. So she's doing her interview and she asked her, why does she think she should be the new Fresh Face of 2000, not 2000, child, of 1990, okay? Did she give a reason? Then as she's getting ready to leave, the lady didn't really have a lot of questions for her. When she's getting ready to leave, she says, well, you didn't ask me why I wanted to be the Fresh Face of 1999 or 1990, and she tells her, because there's nobody who looks like me who has ever done this before. I want to represent for people. I grew up in a house where I was told I wouldn't be nothing. I wouldn't amount to anything. And look at me now. So I just want to represent for people who feel like that. Like, it was a real cute, impassioned ass speech. And I was like, girl, you ain't gonna get it, but you did that, go Angel. You did that. Later on that night, she changes her clothes. The category is 504's runway, bitch. Okay, so you're supposed to strut down that runway and give us jeans fashions. It took me a second to realize what 504s was, girl. For a second, I was like, what is the 504? Oh, yeah, Levi's. She comes in there. The music is pumping. She's feeling good. One thing I want to say about this episode is the music was on point. You are giving us 1990 realness, okay? And 1990 for real 1990, because 1990 wasn't nothing but an amalgamation of 1989 and 1990 stuck together. So we're still kind of in the 80s, in 1990. But I digress. So the music was everything. She comes in. Of course, she gets 10. And she turning around and twirling. The confetti is just, it's giving us an image of she's finally making her dreams come true in real life. She's not just popular in the ballroom. She's actually becoming popular in actual life, getting to do what she wants to do. We're back with Angel and Poppy once again, and she's, practicing her poses and her different, things she's gonna do whenever she blows up, and she's gonna be in a magazine. She ain't gonna be in no catalog, honey. And she gets a phone call from Mrs. Ford, and she finds out that she did not win the competition. She thanks the woman and gets off the phone, and she promptly goes off on Blanca. Why everybody feel like when some shit don't work out for them, they gonna go off on Blanca? Blanca ain't forced you to do it. She just encouraged her to do it. But basically, she's just upset. So she's yelling at her about, you always trying to make us think we deserve more than what we deserve, and you need to worry about yourself. Now, that was mean as hell when she said worry about yourself. I was like, damn, girl, that's fucked up, and leave her alone. So Poppy took her out, and Damon tried to comfort Blanca, like she hurt, she upset, and Blanca like, I'm all right. She Teflon Don, she take anything. So as Angel and Poppy are walking along the lake, I guess, or wherever they at, they talking, and she's just talking about how much she really wanted this job and she really wanted to get this, and now she feels like she won't ever be a model. And he's like, listen, this is your destiny, girl. Like, don't worry about this one competition. Is not gonna stop what God got for you. Is for you, sis. Okay, he giving her encouraging words. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Woo, woo. Woo, I almost caught it for a second. She kisses him, and it was such a cute moment between them, because we've been waiting for this to happen. Poppy is loyal. He a good man. That's a good man. You better get on that, okay? Poppy is a good dude. So they kiss, and it's an awkward moment, and he's kind of like, oh, I liked it. She's like, well, I liked it too. And then he asked to take her out on a date, on a real date somewhere nice. All right, okay, well, we gonna see what you're talking about. We gonna see, okay. We was all sitting in the audience like, yes, Poppy, yes. Janet Jackson, Black Cat, come on. Let me tell y'all, that was my jam circa 1990. I want to say 7th, 8th grade. 2. I was a little late with the Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation. Okay, no. That was Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson. So Black Cat, I don't know when that came out. Was that on Rhythm Nation? It might have been on Rhythm Nation, but either way, I was playing the shit out that tape, and I do mean tape. Okay, when it came out. So that brought back a old good memory for me, child. So Electra Abundance. First of all, before I even get started, the woman who plays Electra Abundance When I tell you she acted her ass off this episode, and a lot of it was because she took all the grunge out of it. And so last week somebody asked me about Crystal LaBeija. Is she modeled after Crystal LaBeija? Maybe that's why she's so over the top in the bad acting and everything. And I said she reminded me more of Pepper LaBeija because of the cheekbones and the no wrinkles, honey. You don't see no wrinkles, no lines. Okay, Pepper LaBeija, you know, gave me that extraness. And don't get me wrong, I understand what that is, but when this episode, when she took it back, like when her and Blanca had that conversation in the hallway way later on in the episode, the acting was on point. When she prayed, the acting was on point. When at the end of the episode, when she was talking about the man, the acting was on point. She did it. Back to the story, Elektra is in the den of Satan, child, in the den of iniquity with her client. Or he wants to do the drugs tonight. He pulls out a mask and tells her it's like some type of gas mask that give the pills to him or whatever he doing, child. It like released the air slow so you don't get it all at one time. I don't know if he was talking about air, I don't know if he was talking about drugs, but he started snoring cocaine and she was just like, listen, last time I let you do that shit, but this time you can't do it. Okay, put that shit away. And he was like, okay, I'll pay you extra. And she was like, okay, it's gonna be $300 on top of the $350 you already paid me. And he was like, cool. So they put him in this swing thing and he put the mask on and he tells her, can you leave out for about 20 minutes so everything can, you know, kick in and I can really appreciate the beating I'm going to receive. And she's like, of course, you know, I'm on your time. So she goes to the break room, minding her business, you know, filing her nails and reading the motherfucking newspaper. She go back and she like, Peter, Paul, wake up. Wake up. Get up. That was pretty good too. I like that scene too. That I was here for it. She losing her shit because this man done choked on his vomit and died. Dead to the swing, girl. Shout out to Dineva. She rushes to Blanca's house because, of course, anytime anybody in trouble, they come to Blanca. And Blanca is kind of like her mother, but not her mother. So anyway, she comes to her house and tells her, look, bitch, I done fucked up now, for real. Okay, I got something I gotta tell you. And it was so funny when she was like, oh my God, I gotta. And Blanca, she was like, give me something for my nerves. Like, I love her. Elektra gave us bougie bitch. She gave us bougie bitch to the 25th level this episode. And I was so here for her this episode, okay? So when she said, give me something to calm my nerves, I busted out laughing. She got her a drink. She starts telling her, listen, I work down at the Hellfire Club in the Den of Iniquity, okay, bitch? And it's a man down there. He was doing some drugs, bitch. I don't know what the fuck happened, but he dead. He dead, girl. Did you call the ambulance? No, girl, I ain't call no ambulance. Girl, they gonna arrest me for murder, bitch. You need to call him. You need to trust me. We gonna call the police. And she like, bitch, I ain't got time to be talking to you. I shouldn't have came my ass up here. I should have went to Candy. So Blanca grabbed her coat and followed her out there. And they go to the strip club where Candy is working. Candy said, who the hell y'all think she is? Dear fucking Abby? She took me out. She said, so you done kissed somebody at the Hellfire Club in a dungeon. And he white? Oh, bitch, you going to jail. I love Candy, right? But she always comes off like so mean and so harsh. But this episode, she was funny as hell, okay? She was so funny when she said, oh, girl, you going to jail, bitch. I have to tell you. Because you ain't got no type of money that's going to beat that white money from them lawyers. that white money. So they going back and forth about calling the police, not calling the police. Candy telling them, bitch, don't call the police. Blanca said, we going to go down. And she said, bitch, we not going to do nothing. If that wasn't April Dawn, I swear to God, it wasn't nobody else. Cause I be like, bitch, we not gonna do nothing. You gonna take your ass to the police, bitch. I'm not going to jail for the rest of my life. Hell no. So she tells her that she has somebody she wants them to talk to before they go to the police. So she takes them to this lady. I don't know what her name is because they don't never say her name. She just be like, hey girl, but she's a prostitute. And they go and sit down to a diner and she starts telling her about how she had a John one time and the man, I guess he couldn't get his thing up or whatever, and he was trying to blame it on her, talking about she was using teeth, but she was like, no, and they started fighting. And anyway, he beat her up. Outside of the car, he was beating her, and the police pulled up on them, and he basically told her that, he told the police that she was trying to rob him. He was giving her a ride or something like that, and his brother was a police officer. So they arrested her. They did not listen to her. They took her to jail. She said the first night she got a black eye, or the first night she got beat up is what she said. And she said the next night a guard told her that he would be nice to her, maybe bring her some cosmetics or get her a wig or something like that. But she realized that he only did that to her so that he could pimp her out. And so the system does not work for them, and they don't want any parts of no jail, bitch. And they gonna put you in jail. Because Blanca was like, I've been to jail before. And she was like, girl, you been in jail for petty crimes. Because y'all know that prostitution, protesting and stuff like that, that's a misdemeanor. It's like getting a ticket. It's like getting a ticket for driving, okay? I knew this because I dated a police officer, okay? And I used to ask him questions like, well, you know, how is it that prostitutes are just walking the streets? Like, y'all don't arrest them? Like, what the hell? And he was like, we could literally be arresting prostitutes all day long. I mean, it is a crime, but it's a misdemeanor. It's a ticket. It's just like in a ticket, they in, they out, back on the street. So if that's what we did, we would literally be doing that all day. And how they make deals with certain people to say, okay, you can have your prostitutes out here, but keep the drugs off this part of the street. So they kind of have to make like deals with them. And they do arrest people, but they can't concentrate their efforts arresting hoes all day long, because they gonna be back out on the street in no time. Like she said, it don't matter, girl. You done been in jail for petty crimes. This is serious. This is murder, and they not gonna listen to you. They're not gonna take your word for it. They're gonna take your ass to jail, pretty much. Candy says she knows somebody that might be able to help them, and they need to come on with her. Now, she take them to, now I need to find out, this lady is a drag queen, right? I believe she's been on RuPaul's Drag Race, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody in the comments, please tell me her name and tell me, has she been on RuPaul's Drag Race, or am I just imagining that? I think she's like a famous drag queen. But anywho, I love her to death, okay? I love her. I love her. I love her. So as soon as they get in the room, she about to fight Candy, because Candy cost her a lot of business because of what she did and how she had got sick and all that stuff from the silicone. And she says, she's like, bitch, you cost me money, bitch. And she's about to fight. And she's like, listen, I heard that you could help, put y'all shit to the side. I heard you could help us. People who got problems, like problems that was awake, that was alive, that not alive no more. I heard you did this. I heard you did that. And she was like, I help a friend of hers. Never. Y'all, I got my life this episode. They go back and forth, but after Electra put that money in her face, she like, bitch, was he big? Was he fat? Was he tall or was he short? Why does that matter? Because, bitch, I'm just trying to see what type of suitcase I need to bring. Bitch, let's go, okay? You had me when you put the money in my face. So they took a suitcase. They go get the man out the den, the Hellfire Club. She said he had like 4 hours or something before they got him. So they got him, they put him up in that suitcase, and they take him to Electra's apartment. Oh, when they get to the Hellfire Club, Candy says, oh, I know him. His name is Paul, okay? And so she said that he got banned from the strip club because he used to pull the girls in the back and like harass them and beat them or whatever, or hit them, she said, and rough them up. That's what she said. So he done got banned from strip club. So apparently he was a trash ass person anyway. And I'm sure they had to do that to make us feel better about the fact that he's dead, okay? Blanca and Angel talk, and Angel apologizes for how she talked to her earlier that day. And Blanca's mood is bad, but it don't have nothing to really do with Angel. She's just thinking about all this shit with Electra that happened. Because I forgot to tell y'all that when they got back to Electra's house, Blanca was there, and Electra told Blanca, listen, go to your room. I'm your mother, but your mother is telling you to go to your room. And Blanca is arguing back and forth with her like, no, girl, I want to help. No, girl. She's like, girl, no. You are my daughter. You are not responsible for my, shortcomings and my misdeeds. So take your ass to the room, because I don't want you to hear none of this shit that we talking about. You're not going to know nothing. After she protests, she do go to the room, and that's when they handle, going to continue to handle that situation. So when she's talking to Angel, Blanca's just like, I got a lot on my mind. It's a lot of stuff going on. She also says that Poppy has been pouting all day long, and what did you do to him? And she's like, I didn't do nothing to him. At the same time, he comes in, and she's like, all right, I'm going to move around, bitch. You need to go and handle that with your man. So Angel comes out and talks to Poppy like, why you acting like that? And he like, no, why you acting like that? You acting funny ever since I asked you on a date. And go ahead and reject me. I know I could never be with nobody like you. I can handle it. And she's like, no, that's not true. I'm scared because they're so close. Like I said, once you mess up that relationship, it's going to be messed up forever. It can't go back to being what it was. So I understand why she's scared. And then the last time she fell in love with somebody, he turned around and left her with no electricity, bitch. No apartment and no electricity. So I can see why she want to go at her heart a little bit. But he's like, let me show you. And show you what? Or I'm going to show you this. And he kissed on the lip. And Blanca was like, oh, bitch, It was real cute. She told him to come to dinner and they turn around and go ahead to dinner. It was so cute between them. I just love them. I hope they get together. Electra, Candy, and Homegirl, they at her apartment. And Electra is getting an attitude with with Candy, talking about that woman took our money. And she like, bitch, I'm finna go. Okay, you the one with a dead white man in your apartment, bitch. I ain't got time for this. So as she's getting herself together, Homegirl comes in. She has bought pleather. She has bought lies. She has bought air freshener. She has bought lots of things or whatever. And they're like, what is all this for? And baby, she started breaking it down. A lady in Honduras, her husband used to whoop her ass. And so one day she got tired of him and she shot him, and all the hoes got together and they was like, bitch, we gonna help you conceal this murder hoe so you don't go to jail, okay? Because he was a shit. So what they did was cocoon him. They wrapped him up like a baby, like a little baby. So they wrapped him up like a baby. She poured lime all over him. Okay, this is supposed to hide the smell. If y'all watch the ID channel, you know how this go. Okay, lime. And then she took pleather. Now, I didn't know pleather don't leak. I didn't know that pleather. I thought pleather will crack, though, won't it, at some point? But maybe it don't leak. So she said they're going to sew it up. No holes, no seams, bitches. Because when that body start decomposing, the last thing you want is that shit to be all over your floor. And it smells and all of this thing. They sew the man up. They put him in the trunk. They put him in the closet. And that's it. Now, if y'all have ever seen Paris is Burning, if you have never seen Paris is Burning, you need to watch it, first of all. But if you have seen it, you will know that at the end, you see a Dorian Corey, who is a famous drag queen, you know, star. I don't know if Dorian Corey was a transgender person or just a female impersonator. I'm not sure. There's a quote at the end from Dorian Corey saying that, you know, if a few people remember you, then you left your mark on the world. Okay, so I have this bad habit of watching movies, and then I will, especially about real people, and then I will go on Wikipedia or I will go on the internet and try to find out like what actually happened to these people and what was made up. And so about Dorian Corey, when she died in like 90, it wasn't that long after Paris is Burning came out that she was out of here. I thought she would have made it a long life, but no, she died in like 93, 94, something like that. Maybe 95, but it's in the early 90s when she passed away. And when she passed away, they found a body in a trunk of a man that was like petrified and had been there for like 20 years. Now, I might be over exaggerating, but it was some years that man had been in there. The body had decomposed, you know, dried up and every damn thing else. Basically mummified this man in a trunk. So I'm pretty sure that's where they're getting this storyline from. I don't even know if that was in Paris is Burning, if that was a side note or that was just something I read. But I definitely read that part about they found a man in this bitch trunk. Okay, in a trunk in her closet in her house or whatever, and when a man was in the trunk. So that's what they pulling this story for. So it's from, if you haven't watched Paris is Burning, there's a lot of similarities, a lot of scenes they take. Watch Paris is Burning. If you haven't seen it, it's only like an hour and 15 minutes. So watch that shit, please, so we can all be on the same page. They say a little prayer over the man after they wrap him up and they put that man in the closet. Damon and Angel are together, and Angel's trying on clothes for her date, and she's talking about Poppy and how much she like him, and they going on a date to Strata, which like this really nice restaurant in New York. Hard to get a reservation. He a hustler. That's how he gonna do it. And Damon says, you know, he team Poppy. Poppy has done a lot for himself. He's come a long way, but he, you know, Angel is beautiful. She's a girl that can get anybody she wants. So he was saying, I mean, you know, this like your neighborhood crush, your little boo thing, but I mean, girl, you could be with a billionaire. Look at you. He steps out of the room because a phone call comes, and guess who it is again? It's Miss Ford. So she goes on down to the office, and you know, she getting smart with Miss Ford and everything. I'd be like, Angel, you better watch your damn mouth, okay, girl? You ain't gonna never have no job talking to people crazy. And Miss Ford said, listen, as much as I like your little sass, that's what cost you the crown, bitch, okay? Because you was up here getting smart, talking about why you ain't asking me all of this. So that's why she didn't win. But has she ever heard of Wet n Wild? They doing a campaign shoot right now for the national campaign. And so once she gets to the end of it, like, bitch, you about to be that bitch. You about to be in Walgreens, the CVS hole. And she was like, oh my God, girl, I'm about to be in a Dwayne Reed. The only reason I know what Dwayne Reed is because of the Reed. I listen to that podcast and they always talk about it. I guess it's like the grocery store, the little market or something. She gonna be on a makeup aisle at Dwayne Reed, so the bitch is lit. She's crunk. She finna go to the she already late, bitch. She already late. So she get there, hair and makeup. I mean, she looked good. The bitch looked good. Okay, that outfit with the green or yellow skirt neon and the top was really cute. Oh, that dress she had on at the end was everything. So she's doing her shoot. She's looking fabulous as per usual. She realizes what time it is and tries to get out of the shoot because she has to go meet Poppy. And the director tells her, listen, or the photographer tells her, listen, do you want to be a superstar or do you want to be a social butterfly, girl? Which one is it? And so, of course, she picks to be a superfly. And I would have did the same thing in her situation. You like Poppy, but your date can be rescheduled. I'm not about to fuck up my whole career to go to dinner, okay? Like, we know his feelings was hurt. And, you know, it wasn't no cell phone at that time. Our cell phones were for rich people at that time, okay? People who had money. So it's not like she would be able to contact him any kind of way. So it was kind of messed up, but, you know, it was what it was. First of all, Buffalo Stance. She want to dance with the Buffalo Stance. I was like, you better! Music was lit this episode. Lit! And they pan to Poppy standing outside the restaurant just looking sad. He was looking so sad. I said, oh, Poppy. Oh, Dios mío. No. I don't know if a couple days done passed or whatever, but Angel is telling the whole crew about how the shoot went and how they went to a party after, and she's talking about VIP and how she met Isaac Mizrahi, and he told her she's the face of the 90s, and she's just so excited about this whole situation. And Poppy comes home. He apologizes for being late. He working extra shifts at the car wash, and he sits down. Now, they all leave the room, you know, and go fix plates and shit so they can talk. And she tells him, listen, I'm sorry I didn't show up for you. I apologize, but I really have a good excuse. You know, this happened, this happened, this happened. And he tells her, you know, I'm so happy for you. Like, I think this is great that your dream is finally coming true. And she's like, thank you, you know. And then he was like, but you fucked me up, though. And they can say fuck on TV now? Like, I was like, y'all can say fuck on TV. There's no curse word you can't say on TV now, apparently, after 8 o'clock at night. So, anywho, he said, you fucked me up. I was standing out there, you know, waiting on you. I really felt like a man for the first time in my life. I must be doing something right because you said yes. I mean, he was excited to see her. And, you know, you messed me up. He was ready to sip champagne with you. I said, ooh, that shit was so sexy to me. I don't know. Poppy? Did Poppy get fine? Stop. Did Poppy get fine this season? Because I literally don't remember him being fine. Last season, he looked like a little runt. I'm like, are they filming this nigga from the bottom to make him look taller? Because when they was walking down the hallway, I was like, he not that tall. But Angel probably tall because she a model. So maybe in comparison, them two are two bad people to compare because she a tall woman. You know what I mean? But I was like looking at him talking shit when he had that white beard. I was like, Poppy, let me fucking find out. I try some arroz con pollo. Okay, bitch, you're tripping. He wanted to sip champagne with her, but she didn't show up. And he says he don't want her to apologize because she's trying to apologize. And he tell her, no, do not apologize for like living your dream and chasing your dream. Like, I'm not going to make you feel bad about that. But I need for you to know that I'm a prize too. I said, you better know your goddamn worth, sir. Do it. You hear me? And let that hoe know you a prize too. Just because you walking around twirling on the runway, honey. Don't think that I ain't no prize too. Love Poppy. Like, I'm obsessed. I love him. And she was like, all right, Zanny. Okay, let me go get your plate or whatever. Okay, you all right. Blanca and Electra meet up, and Blanca's like, look, girl, it's been 2 weeks since all this stuff happened, and I haven't heard nothing from you. And Electra was like, oh, you know, well, things will come in due time. You know, I don't know. She's like, girl, I heard what you did with the body. And then she was like, wait a minute, that bitch Candy talking? Because you let her know I do the same thing to her, and she keep running her mouth. And she was like, well, half the people don't believe her, girl. And half the people don't care. You had to do what you had to do. I mean, it is what it is. We all out here trying to survive. Ain't nobody turning your ass in. And she like, all right, cool. And so she says, listen, I know you hard and everything, but even you gotta feel some type of way. Even you gotta be hurt. Like, that's a lot. And she was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, girl. I be having nightmares. I see him, you know, in my dreams. And, you know, she said, even though I know he was a trash ass man, I still pray over him. I go to that trunk and I just wonder, can people smell it? And, you know, and I just think it's a human being in my damn closet. Okay, but it's mine. You know, it is what it is. He's going to be with me forever now. So, you know, we gonna live together forever in harmony. I don't know, child. I don't know. They just gonna be together forever, okay? Shit, I don't know. One thing I promise you I don't really care for is this whole, like, when we do this and the world does this and we cocoon like this, because it don't feel like it's natural. Like, that's naturally not what other people will be saying to each other or whatever. But I get the point of it. It's for us, the audience, to say, well, even though they got problems in their own community, even though we might, you know, backbite and talk about each other and fight and shit like that, but when the outside world, we have these problems with the outside world way bigger than our problems. So the bitches close ranks, you know, when it go down. So the whole crew is in the store and they're looking for this new ad with Angel on the cover of it, and they find it, and she looks beautiful. It's a Wet n Wild national campaign. Her face is plastered right there on it, and I am so proud of her. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I don't want nobody to get upset with me, but the picture that they used wasn't exactly the most flattering picture, in my personal opinion. I feel like they took 1,000 pictures of her, or pretended like they took 1,000 pictures of this girl with these fabulous dresses on, and maybe that's for other things in the line, you know, but the picture that they used for the head picture, it just wasn't that cute to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. But we happy she got her national campaign. Like, I couldn't be more happier for Angel. And I really hope that it stays this way for her, y'all, and then she can have some type of happiness, and it won't be like a big old letdown the next week, or nobody ain't gonna die of damn AIDS next week, okay? So it's been rolling pretty good. We see, if you haven't heard, they already have gotten renewed for a season 3. So we're gonna be getting a whole lot of pose in the next few years, looks like. So I'm excited about it. I wanna hear what you thought about this week's episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now I'm gonna take a minute and talk about this wig I have on. So if you're done, you can go ahead and click off now. I'll holler at you. For those of you who stayed around to see what I have on my head, this is a half wig that I purchased last week. It is a textured half wig made by Sensational. Just so you can see, a textured half wig. So this part is my hair in the front. You can even tell, because when I put this on today, y'all, like, I literally just, you know, took some of my hair out. Like, I didn't do a whole lot of, I ain't flat iron and I ain't do all of that. So, you know, I just want y'all to see what it looked like. But this is my hair right here in the front. You see the texture of my hair? It's kinky. And this is the texture of the wig. So you can see how close it is. Like, extremely close, okay? It's called Rainmaker. The color is 1B. There's no length on here, but I would assume it's about 14 inches, probably all stretched out. But it comes with these like barrel curls, sort of. It has no parts. It has no lace. It has none of those things, because this, like I said, it's a half wig. It's meant for you to have a leave out. Last Saturday, I wore this hair in a like half up, half down bun at the top. You know, I took my hair out all around and I put the bun at the top. And it is so thick in the back and so full that you wouldn't be able to see the track. I mean, you would literally have to walk right up on me. This is what it looks like all around. Now, the only thing I don't like about this wig is that I have it pinned right here with the bobby pin. But like, if I take the bobby pin out, let me show y'all. It looks kind of... you know, like Southern debutante-ish, okay? Because it gets really, really big. So, I don't like this little hump right here, so I did safety pin them. And I would think that, I don't think this is an everyday wig. For me, I wouldn't wear it every day. I would wear it when I want to wear a special style, like a half up, half down. Maybe every day in the winter time when this would not puff up so much. Like in the summertime, it was gonna puff. It's gonna puff times 20. Okay, and so like it will start to look different after a while. It's gonna start to look different. So in the winter time, or when it's cooler out, or not necessarily in the winter time, but when it's less humid outside, I will wear it out like this. But probably more than likely for this style, I will wear it like, you know, with some type of twist going like this, or a half up, half down, or something like that. But I think it's a nice wig because it's hard to find wigs that are not curly, that match your hair type, that's not gonna fall apart. If y'all notice that red wig, I have the other wig that's ombre, that's red at the bottom. It's a kinky texture too. I just been into this kinkier texture, a more natural looking texture of wigs, just because, I don't know. I mean, the older I get, I feel like I want to look more natural. And I don't think it's anything wrong with the Brazilian wavy bitch or a Malaysian hoe. Okay, look at my page. Look at it. Okay, it's full of it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. But my hair is natural, and it's increasingly harder and harder for me to blend edges, for me to, you know, all of that. Even if I don't have a leave out, like to this part of my hair, this lid part right here is still curly. So it sticks out. It makes the difference if the hair is silky straight and my edges are not silky straight. And I'm not about to chemically straighten my edges, and I'm not about to gel them till they crack and fall off. I'm not gonna do all of this. So I would rather have something that's closer to my own hair, because the luster on this wig in the video, it looks a little shinier than my hair, but in real life it doesn't look that much more shiny than my hair, and I don't have to put so much sheen and so much, you know, edge control and so much, you know, that's all they putting is a whole bunch of pomade, edge control, and jam and shit to try to make your hair have the same luster and look the same way in the sunlight as the other hair looks. I don't have to do that much to this hair. Now, you know, that's not really evident at this moment, okay? Because like I said, I didn't take any time to really do nothing to my hair before I stuck this thing on. But I like the wig. It seems like a good value. It's not something I would wear every day. It is synthetic, so, you know, we have had this talk. Synthetic wigs you cannot wear every day. You can't even wear them bitches every other day, okay? Wear them like once, twice a week. Wear your hair in a wraparound twist for the rest of the week. Or wear it when you're trying to go out to work. Wear your hair in a wraparound twist and put that shit on when you're trying to go out to the club on the weekend. But you cannot wear this every day. It will tangle. It will get bigger than this. Okay, but you are able to wash it. It says your leave out hair should be stretched or lightly blow dried. You don't have to use you can use a cold blow dry to blow your hair. You can blow it cold and it will dry straight enough to where you can wear like this. And if I did wear it, see, like all of this is leave out. But I could have really just left out like this much hair. Just enough to cover up the track in the front, you know, cover up the front of the wig and let your hair be out. So I probably will leave a lot less hair out too in the front, to be honest. I don't think that you can use heat on this hair. No. And you can and you should wash your wigs, people. I don't know why people think they can't wash a wig. Put some shampoo on that shit. If it's real, you know, real synthetic, Kanankalon or synthetic or whatever, put some conditioner on it, put some fabric softener on that bitch, okay? And that's gonna have your shit looking good. It's gonna condition it, because if your hair's not real, it's synthetic, which means it has fabrics and fibers in it. So fabric softener will help it be soft. But use conditioner on your hair. Don't just shampoo it, because the shampoo is gonna strip it even more and make it more dry. Now it will make it move more, but it's gonna move and stay there. So you do need some type of conditioner, but make sure you wash it out really well too, because you just want to condition and not coat your hair, if that makes sense. So like I said, I like this wig. It's okay. It's a cute wig. It's something I definitely will be putting in the rotation. So let me know what you guys thought about this wig. I'm gonna leave the details in the description box. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, especially if you made it all the way through here, baby. You might as well go ahead and subscribe. You already here. I will holler at y'all tomorrow for Queen Sugar. All right, peace.